This is the foreword of the Gospel of Nazarene. My whole purpose is to show y'all exactly who the Messiah is, or Yahusha. Show you what a Nazarene is, the Essene community that he grew up in, and to also show you the validity in this ancient Aramaic text that we call the Gospel of Nazarene. Also to show you how it's a parent text to the Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, four Gospels that you are used to in your KJV. To show more in-depth information and proof that the Matthew, Mark, Luke, John is not the original gospel. Matter of fact, it's watered down and way off from what the original Aramaic text say. But anyway, here we go. The way of Yahusha, the Nazarene, as taught in this gospel, is the ancient way of life taught since the time of Enoch and Noah. Its historical authenticity is validated by its total alignment with ancient teachings found in the Torah and the Talmud. Although it may appear shocking to those brought up on the King James, there is strong historical evidence that these teachings are essentially the same as the Bet Hillel school of Pharisees and the Essenes of that time. There is also some historical evidence that Yahusha studied with Hillel the elder, who founded the Bet Hillel branch of Pharisees. Yahusha and the members of the Bet Hillel school, which was slight minority to the Bet Shammai school, were persecuted by the Bet Shammai Pharisees, who were in control at that time. Just to be clear with y'all, the Pharisees, not that they were a wicked group, but the Pharisees was a group who was only understood the law from its carnal angle. Now, the purpose of Yahusha, he was trying to illuminate and magnify the law, to show the spiritual side of it. So that's why you see the Pharisees always get condemned by Mashiach in scripture. Not that they were in the wrong, but they had a carnal understanding of things. Now, you see, it was two different schools of Pharisees. You had the Bet Hillel school and you had the Bet Shammai. So Hillel was the elder who found the Bet Hillel. Bet mean house. So he found the house of Hillel branch of Pharisees. And it's detailed here that Yahusha, he studied with the elder Hillel at some time. But let me carry on. So yes, Yahusha was brought up not only as a Jew or Yahudi, but in the Nazarite, Essene or Nazarene sect of the branch of Judaism. So boom, if y'all don't know what the Nazarites, the Essenes or the Nazarene are, and you really want to understand Mashiach, I think you should pay attention to who they are. And I'll be breaking them down eventually in later times, later videos and later on in this video. So check this out. Many of the Essenes at that time were previously Hillel Pharisees who were forced to leave the sect because of the bitterness of the attacks by the Shammai Pharisees. So you had different Pharisees and they were in opposition to each other, and they had attacks on each other. Basically, because one Pharisee group, they upheld the sacrificial law. The other Pharisee group, they were speaking against the sacrificial law. So this had always been a point of contention in the conflict, in basically an intellectual war between a lot of Jewish sects, whether they wanted to partake in flesh eating and sacrifices or not. So this always been a debate since early times. So check this out. The teachings of the Essenes included vegetarianism, negation of sacrifice, cruelty to animals. They negated that. So karma, they taught reincarnation, immorality of the soul, love of neighbor as self, and the mission to share the one master creator, a common term used for deity in this time period, with all nations. For example, there's an account of Menahem the Essene, who in 20 BCE led 160 Essenes in teaching the one master creator to the nations. This they did not as conquerors forcing a particular religion on the population, but rather as teachers respecting the right of each nation and individual to develop their own personal way to come to know the one Elohim without being beginning or end. So the whole purpose was they was drawing people with love and kindness and teaching knowledge, wisdom, understanding, overstanding, and understanding without coercing and forcing anybody into any religion. This is exactly what the Most High want us to do as a priesthood people, because we've been a priesthood people since prophesied. So check this out. It is not surprising in this historical context, and is actually validated in the Gospel of Nazarene, that Yahusha also taught the importance of vegetarianism, non-cruelty to animals, love of neighbor as self, reincarnation, in the mission to share these teachings with all the nations. The Gospel of Nazarene is filled with historical statements of timeless truths that are critically important guides for us to live by in both the present and future age to come. One of the most fascinating sections is the new clarification of the ancient commandments, as Yahusha is quoted to say, "Behold, a new law I give to you, which is not new, but old. Hear, O Israel, Yahuwah Creator is one. Many are my seers and my prophets. In me all live and move." So Yahusha gave commandments and laws that he pulled from the old times. Law number 1 being, ye shall worship the one eternal, unbegotten master creator, of whom are all things made. Law 2, ye shall not take away the life of any creature, nor yet torment it. Law 3, ye shall cherish and protect the weak, the oppressed, and all creatures that suffer wrong. Law 4, ye shall not eat the flesh, nor drink the blood of any slaughtered creature, nor yet anything which brings disorder to your health or senses. Law 5, ye shall eat the fruits and herbs of the earth, and working in the law, live long in the land. Law 6, ye shall not make impure marriages where love and health are not, nor yet corrupt yourselves or any creature. Law 7, ye shall revere your fathers and mothers and all the teachers of righteousness. Law 8, ye shall not bear false witness against, nor willfully deceive any, nor yet covet or steal their goods. Law 9, ye shall purify yourselves daily and rest the 7th day. Law 10, ye shall not do unto others as ye would that others should not do unto you. These ancient yet new ways of stating these timeless teachings bring a new understanding to the scriptures on which so many have based their lives. It is significant that these teachings are coming to light now, as Yahusha prophesied in this gospel. I have set you as a light of the world, and as a city that cannot be hid. But the time comes when the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. And the enemies of truth and righteousness shall rule in my name, and set up a kingdom of this world, and oppress the peoples, and cause the enemy to blaspheme, putting for my doctrines the opinions of a man and of men, and teaching in my name that which I have not taught, and darkening much I have taught by their traditions. So when we pay attention to what Christianity and what the KJV, the modern day Bible, brings, you'll understand this prophecy in full context. Be of good cheer, for the time will also come when the truth they have hidden shall be manifest, and the light shall shine, and the darkness shall pass away, and the true kingdom shall be established, which shall be in the world, but not of it. Now this is important, because it is clear from this gospel that Yahusha did not want people to worship him, but rather to achieve salvation, enlightenment by following after the way, a way of grace, self-responsibility, and natural living under the law. As the Essenes used it, the law means the earthly laws of nature and the spiritual laws of the cosmos. The gospel of the Nazarenes connects us to the eternal I am that has existed from the beginning of time. It is a reflection of the prophetic teachings of the elect for thousands of years, reflected and lived by the Essene community at the time of the Dead Sea Scrolls, reintroduced to the world through the enlightened teachings of Yahusha. The gospel of the Nazarenes can be used as an authentic doorway that empowers the reader to live the way of Yahusha, the Nazarene. Now stay tuned for when I present and show you this pertinent information in regards to the 4 gospels, and to break down further who the Essenes were, who the Nazarenes were, who the Nazarites were, and what is this text that they presented and have the Gospel of the Nazarene, the original Aramaic text and Gospels. Stay tuned.